Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm 25 years old. 5 years ago, I was the poorest kid in the richest high school in the city. Everyone bullied me, humiliated me, and treated me like trash. They said I would never amount to anything. Today, I'm a millionaire, and guess who works for me now? The same people who destroyed my life. This is my story. When I was 16, my mum worked 3 jobs just to keep us afloat. My dad left us when I was 10, and we had nothing. My mum wanted me to have a good education, so she used every penny she had to send me to Westside Academy, the most expensive private school in the state. She thought it would give me opportunities. Instead, it gave me hell. From day one, everyone knew I was different. While other kids showed up in Mercedes and BMWs, I took 2 buses and walked 3 miles to get to school. While they wore designer clothes, I wore the same 3 outfits on rotation from thrift stores. While they had the latest iPhones, I had a flip phone from 2005 that barely worked. I was an outsider in a world of privilege, and they made sure I knew it. The worst bully was a guy named Marcus Hall. His dad owned half the city, and Marcus acted like he owned the school. He was tall, athletic, popular, and cruel. He made it his personal mission to make my life miserable. Every single day, he found new ways to humiliate me. He would knock my books out of my hands in the hallway. He would pour milk on my lunch tray. He would trip me in front of everyone. But the worst part wasn't the physical stuff. It was the words. "Hey, poverty boy, did your mum find your outfit in the dumpster again?" He would yell in front of everyone. The whole cafeteria would laugh. "Alex, why don't you just drop out? You don't belong here. You're wasting everyone's time," he would say. I tried to ignore him, but it was impossible. He had his crew of rich kids who followed him everywhere, laughing at his jokes, encouraging him. There was Jake, the football captain. There was Tyler, whose dad was a famous lawyer. And there was Ethan, Marcus's best friend since childhood. They were untouchable. One day, Marcus took it too far. It was during gym class, and we were playing basketball. I was actually good at basketball. It was the one thing I had. I practiced every day at the public court near my apartment because it was free. During the game, I scored 3 times in a row against Marcus. He was furious. After class, he cornered me in the locker room. "You think you're better than me?" he said, shoving me against the lockers. "You're nothing. You'll always be nothing. Your mum is probably cleaning toilets right now to pay for you to be here." Something inside me snapped. "At least my mum works for what we have. Your dad probably bought your grades just like he bought everything else in your life," I shot back. The locker room went silent. Marcus's face turned red. Then he punched me. Hard. Right in the face. I fell to the ground and he kicked me twice in the ribs. His friends just watched. No one helped me. The gym teacher finally came in and broke it up, but Marcus didn't get in trouble. His dad donated millions to the school. I got suspended for starting a fight. That was the day I realised the world wasn't fair. Money protected people like Marcus. People like me had no protection. After that, the bullying got worse. Someone spray painted trash on my locker. Someone posted my address online and called it the ghetto. Someone started a rumour that my mum was a prostitute. I stopped eating lunch because I couldn't handle the cafeteria anymore. I stopped talking to people. I became invisible. But I made a promise to myself I would prove them all wrong. I would become so successful that they would regret ever looking down on me. I threw myself into my studies. While everyone else partied and slacked off, I studied every night until 2 a.m. I taught myself coding from free YouTube videos. I learned about business, investing, and entrepreneurship from library books. I had no friends, no social life, no distractions. Just me, my laptop, and my dream of getting out. My teachers noticed. One teacher, Mr. Rivera, pulled me aside one day. "Alex, you're the smartest kid I've ever taught. Don't let them break you. Keep going." Those words saved me. I graduated top of my class with a full scholarship to MIT. Marcus graduated with a 2.3 gigapascals because his dad paid for his grades. At graduation, he laughed at me one more time. "Good luck being a nerd, poverty boy. I'll be running my dad's company while you're coding in some basement." I didn't say anything. I just smiled. I knew something he didn't. I was already working on something big. During my freshman year at MIT, I created an app. It was a project management tool for small businesses. I worked on it every day for a year, barely sleeping, barely eating. I poured everything I had into it. By my sophomore year, the app started getting attention. By my junior year, I had 10,000 users. By my senior year, I had 500,000 users and investors were knocking on my door. I dropped out of MIT to focus on my company full-time. Within 2 years, my app was worth $50 million. I was 23 years old and a millionaire. But success wasn't enough. I wanted revenge. Not violent revenge, not illegal revenge. I wanted to show Marcus and everyone who bullied me that I was better than them. That I had won. So when I started expanding my company and hiring people, I made sure to hire the best talent in the city. One day, my HR manager came to me with a resume. "This guy has great experience. I think we should interview him." I looked at the name, Marcus Hall. I couldn't believe it. I read his resume. After high school, Marcus went to a mediocre college on his dad's money. He partied for 4 years and barely graduated. Then he worked at his dad's company for 2 years before his dad fired him for being lazy and unreliable. Now, he was desperate for a job. And he was applying to my company. I told my HR manager to bring him in for an interview. I wanted to see his face when he realised who his potential boss was. The day of the interview, I sat in my office waiting. My assistant brought him in. Marcus walked in wearing a cheap suit, looking nervous. He hadn't recognised my name on the company website. When he saw me, his face went white. Alex?" he stuttered. I smiled. "Hello, Marcus. Please, sit down." He sat down, completely speechless. I let the silence hang for a moment. "So, Marcus, tell me why you want to work for my company." He struggled to find words. I didn't know this was your company. I need a job." "Do you remember what you said to me at graduation?" I asked. He looked down. "You said I'd be coding in a basement while you ran your dad's company. How's that working out for you?" He didn't answer. I leaned back in my chair. "Here's what's going to happen, Marcus. I'm going to hire you, but not because you deserve it. I'm hiring you because I want you to see every single day what hard work and talent can build. I want you to walk into this office and remember that the poverty boy you bullied is now your boss. I want you to learn what it means to earn something instead of having it handed to you." He looked up, shocked. You're hiring me?" "Yes. But one more thing. If you ever disrespect anyone in this company, if you ever look down on anyone, if you show even a hint of the person you were in high school, you're fired immediately." "Understood?" He nodded quickly. "Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. For everything." "Sorry doesn't change the past, Marcus. But maybe working for me will change your future." Marcus started working at my company the next week. And you know what? Seeing him every day was the sweetest revenge I could have asked for. He was no longer the confident bully. He was humble, hard-working, and honestly, kind of pathetic. Every time he saw me, I could see the shame in his eyes, but that wasn't enough. 3 months later, another resume came across my desk. Jake Porter, the football captain who laughed at me every day. Then Tyler Chen, the rich kid whose dad was a lawyer. Then Ethan Brooks, Marcus's best friend. One by one, all my bullies applied to my company because it was the hottest tech startup in the city and they were desperate for jobs. One by one, I hired them all. I gathered them in a conference room on their first day. Marcus, Jake, Tyler, and Ethan. The 4 people who made my life hell. They sat there, uncomfortable, avoiding eye contact with me. "Welcome to the team," I said. "I'm sure you all recognise each other, and I'm sure you all recognise me. Let me be clear. I'm not hiring you to be nice. I'm hiring you because you need to learn what it means to work for something. You spent your whole lives being handed everything. Now you'll learn what it's like to earn respect. If you work hard, you'll do well here. If you don't, you're gone. Any questions? Silence. Good. Get to work." Over the next year, something interesting happened. These guys actually became decent employees. Marcus especially changed. He worked harder than anyone. He stayed late, came in early, and genuinely tried. One day, he came to my office. "Alex, can I talk to you?" "What is it, Marcus?" He took a deep breath. "I just want to say I'm sorry. Really sorry. Not just because you're my boss, but because what I did to you in high school was evil. I was a terrible person. I was cruel, entitled, and I hurt you for no reason other than I thought I was better than you. I wasn't. You were always better than me. You had heart, determination, and intelligence. I had none of that. I just had money. And now I don't even have that. My dad cut me off because I was a failure. Everything I have now, I'm earning for the first time in my life. And it's because of you. Thank you for giving me this chance. I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful." I looked at him. For years, I dreamed of this moment. I dreamed of him apologizing, admitting I was right, admitting he was wrong. But now that it was happening, I didn't feel the satisfaction I thought I would. I just felt tired. "Marcus, I accept your apology. But you need to understand something. What you did to me almost destroyed me. There were nights I thought about ending my life because of you. You made me feel worthless, invisible, less than human. That kind of pain doesn't just go away because you say sorry." He nodded, tears in his eyes. I know I can never undo what I did, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be the person I should have been back then." I thought about it for a moment. Then I said, "You know what, Marcus? I believe you, and I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because holding on to anger is exhausting. I won. I proved everyone wrong. I don't need revenge anymore. I just need to keep building my life and my company. If you're serious about being better, then prove it. Not to me. Prove it to yourself." He shook my hand. "Thank you, Alex. I won't let you down." And you know what? He didn't. Marcus became one of my best employees. So did Jake, Tyler, and Ethan. They all changed. They all grew up. And honestly, some of them became my friends. 5 years later, my company is worth $200 million. I bought my mum a house. She retired from all her jobs. I donated millions to scholarships for low-income students so they don't have to go through what I went through. And Marcus? He's now the head of my sales department. He earned it. As for me, I learned something important. Success is the best revenge, but forgiveness is freedom. I don't regret what I went through because it made me who I am. I'm not the poverty boy anymore. I'm Alex Rodriguez, CEO, millionaire, and proof that where you start doesn't determine where you end. So to anyone out there being bullied, being looked down on, being told you're not good enough, don't listen to them. Work harder than everyone else. Prove them wrong. And one day, when you're standing at the top, you'll look down and realize they were never above you. You were always destined to rise.